I've got a fever, and the only prescription is more Great Stags. I love them. I've made no secret of it. Blessed be authority, they make me feel pleasure and mis pantalones. But up until the last couple days, I hadn't really used them much in campaign. You get the starting unit with the Sisters of Twilight, but other than that, haven't really seen too much action yet, so I wanted to rectify that. I figured the best way to do so was to make my way over to the Asrai Resurgent Beta, where Orion got some early Christmas gifts. Now before the beta, people were saying this dude has the worst Wood Elves campaign in the game. Not that it's some horrible experience, just that he's kind of bland and boring. Which is a bit ironic considering he's their faction leader, so I wanted to see if that still held true after the update. We got some big changes in Asrai Resurgent. His offices got buffed, with more income from raiding, raising, and post-battle loot, and his cavalry focus now applies to Great Stag Knights as well, not just Wild Riders, which means plus 8 charge bonus, plus 20% weapon strength, and a 15% upkeep reduction. Which sounds pretty fun. I mean, I was already enjoying the Pokemon aspect of the Twist and the Twilight. Catching all the homies in magical forests across the world is a blast, and it's not hard to have Durthu and the Sisters and most of the other Wood Elf sub-factions confederated by turn 60. With the Wild Hunt, you can teleport through the deep roots like a madman. You're just all over the world, all the time, fighting battles on every continent, which is great. And it lends itself well to the blitzkrieg tactics Mel Gibson's about to unleash on the planet. So as far as Doomstacks go, probably not the strongest we've seen, at least not on Legendary. Heavy Cav just isn't a great option there. But you guys have already seen what unchevron Stag Knights can do in multiplayer, so let's see what happens when the pain train really gets rolling in campaign. Now this is stag racing, boys. That's the start of a Doomstack, I'm thinking. You guys remember that show with Exhibit, Pimp My Ride? We're going for that same vibe here. 22-inch chrome spinners on Mustangs with spoon engines, 3 T66 turbos with NOS, and a Motec system exhaust. We can't lose. It's game over for the enemies of the Asrai. I mean, it's just a thing of beauty. 121 charge bonus, which means that they have over 100 base. I think Savage Blow is enabled at the moment, which is giving us like plus 25 or something. But even still, over 100 charge before we even get Horn of the Wild Hunt activated means they'll be up over 150. And we've got a bunch of items from the Sisters of Twilight after we confederated with them. Gave them to Orion. Refined Dreaming Ring, and the bound spell regrowth essentially. Twilight Spear, more missile strength for the Way Watchers. This Doomstack's got a bit of everything. Should be fun. And our first real test against Thomas Hergerger in the bowels of Lorelorn Forest after the Ritual of Rebirth was enacted. Still rocking 121 charge bonus, means they'll be up close to 180 with the Horn of the Wild Hunt, and a bunch of Way Watchers, because of course if you bring 20 of those, I mean you can just go AFK and win most battles. But with the Great Stags, Micro will actually have to be on point, I'm thinking. We'll see how this one goes. And I really couldn't have asked for a better map for a battle like this against this much artillery power. I mean, there's a steam tank, which, well, that's going to be first priority, I think. Those and the Hellstrom Rocket Battery and the Hellblaster Volley Guns are going to be first priority for sure. And the steam tank's gone. Yeah, guys, Way Watchers are pretty good. Yeah, Way Watchers are pretty decent. Oh, I didn't even realize they had a Luminarch. Okay, so Vanguard Deployment on every single one of these guys will drop a Hounds of Kernus in the middle of their formation. They're not even firing. I mean, they did not deploy this correctly. Yeah, let's get attack orders clicked on all their cavalry, their demigryphs, and the Knights of the Blazing Sun. Horn of the Wild Hunt active. Yep, 164 charge on a bunch of these bad boys. And, it's already looking pretty disastrous for the Empire. Might have to turn Fire at Will off here in a second. Just so I don't shish kebab my own guys, because that's really the only way I deal a lot of damage to myself at this point. Yeah, we'll just focus fire on a couple of the cav units. Yeah, that one's isolated. Drop a little Hawk's Talon in the middle of this, and this is going to be mass round in a couple seconds, man. Forest Dragon didn't even have time to close the gap. One soporific breath here. A couple more volleys to the Way Watchers. That's mass rout. That's just army losses instantly. Okay. That was quite the stunning start for the Great Stags. Again, not meant for any kind of prolonged melee combat at all, but they ran over those demigryphs in like a second. Just get a couple of heals in. Move on to the next one. GG go next. Another one. This time it's Norska. Champions, mammoths, giants, skin wolves. Okay. This isn't some hyper-curated Doomstack or anything, by the way. Rolling some Glade Captains with their AoE buffs would probably make these Great Stag Knights even better, but it's working so far. Caught him in an ambush, and I guess Vanguard doesn't really matter when you get them in this kind of scenario. So, game plan. Snipe out those mammoths and giants so they can't reinforce, and get the rear charges in with all my stags right to start. Just sandwich them. Okay, so we're going to strike this real quick. We're going to get rid of all the skin wolves as fast as we possibly can. And then when the mammoths and the giants get close, yeah, it's time to pull out. Get an Earthblood in there to heal them up. Can be a bit fragile. I didn't make quite as good use of the Horde there as I would have liked. Seems like I missed some charge bonuses there that I probably shouldn't have. Yeah, we got beat up in one of those Great Stag units, but regrowth should top them off nicely. And honestly, this game, Weight Watchers are probably going to carry me a little bit harder than the Great Stags will. I mean, that's just not fair. That's just not fair. Mammoth is gone. Okay, Skin Wolves now isolated, and the infantry on an island unto themselves. So how about we finish off the rest of these Skin Wolves, dive in with Orion. Oh my god, they melted. And then we can cycle charge the rest of this infantry into oblivion. Weight Watchers are safe. One volley from them should finish off those Marauder champions. Or close. The Missile Block Chance actually does more than I would have thought. That's 8 Weight Watchers didn't kill off a unit in a single volley. I'm kind of surprised. Yeah, just go in now. Might be wondering why I have Sisters of the Thorn in here now. They won't be there forever, but I think one of Orion's quest battles requires you get them, so. Little Dwellers Below. Little Soporific Breath. Little alley-oop combo off the backboard back to Papa style. So good and so tasty. Army losses. Who says Doomstacks have to be all about efficiency? Sometimes it's about fun. You know, we are playing a video game. Video games can be fun, boys. Going for a full heavy cab build with 90 speed and 150 charge bonus is, at least in my book, I'd say that's pretty entertaining. Never mind. I was wrong. 101 speed. 90 is for Virgin Wild Riders. The Chad Great Stag Knights have 100 plus. 120 charge bonus base. God, that is so bananas. And now up to 156. Yeah, no big deal. I mean, is there anything in the game that survives that if you get a clean charge off? Many turns have passed. Many great victories have been won. Orion finally has his bang buddy to hang out with, so Ariel has been awoken and she's mad. And we're about to start the final ritual in the Oak of Ages. I mean, we've got plenty of others to do up in the northwest corner of Nagaroth and all that stuff, but the Oak of Ages is a higher priority at the moment, so we're doing it. Enemies mustering at our doorstep, and I imagine I've not played the concluding battle to this campaign in a long time, especially not since Twisted and Twilight, but yeah, it's Beastmen. It should be a lot of Beastmen. The Ritual of Rebirth begins for In Edri Eternos. See what comes our way. I think Orion will have his hands full here. But he doesn't have to do it alone. That's a nice thing about playing Orion's campaign right now. With the Wild Hunt active, you can use the Deep Roots like every 1 or 2 turns, essentially. It's kind of crazy how easily you can get all your armies back to the Oak of Ages. So Dirthu's coming in. Daith is here. Beastmen are coming in from Paravon to the north. 3 stacks already in Athelloren. And, I mean, this fight is going to be incredibly easy, I think, because they don't have any help. Yeah, I mean, we could just auto-resolve it and take no losses, but we could also play it and take no losses and show you the power of those Great Stag Knight charges, which is kind of the point of this video, so let's fight it out. Again, let me be clear, as far as Doomstacks go, this is hardly the most powerful you'll find, and it requires quite a bit more micro than you get from 20 Way Watchers or 20 Tree Men. Those Centaurs won't be long for this world. Oh, it feels good. Oh, it feels so good to be back. But, you know what, there's something to be said for the armies that require you to, you know, like, move your units and position them well. I just think that's neat, you know? I just think it's kind of fun. Now, there's something to be said for being able to go at AFK and smash everything that comes your way, but I'm a little scared right now, actually. There's a lot of fast things coming my way. Yeah, probably time to unleash the ambush. I wanted to maybe bait them in and then sandwich them from both sides, the Great Stags, but I don't think that's gonna work. I think I can't leave my Way Watchers that isolated. So little Dwellers below to slow them down. I mean, with that Spellsinger and Aerial together, wins the Magic Pool is just stupid absurd. Yeah, let's go on. Send the Great Stags in on the left flank. Way Watchers need to focus down those Minotaurs. Get rid of get rid of like maybe 2 units of those, and then the Great Stags can easily go in without being scared. Aerial and Orion can easily just plunge in the middle of this formation. A lot of Bestors already routing off. Earthblood that preemptively while Routers clear up the Centaurs, no problem. Kill those Minotaurs. And looking good so far, man. Lore Boner activated when Orion and Aerial, the King and Queen in the Woods, are fighting next to each other. It feels good. Horde of the Wild Hunt active. Lord just got sniped out. Pop a little Hounds of Orion and a Hawk's Talon on him, if Orion can get over there in time. I think he's pinned, yeah, he's pinned by the Minotaurs right now. He's got a bonus for Sludge though, it's all good. Wild Riders took it actually took more damage there than I would have thought, but they did okay. Only lost 7 models. And that's Mass Rout. Okay, so that's hardly going to be the final battle. There are at least 4 more stacks bearing down on the Yoke of Ages right now. We'll berry wind them up. Oh my god, I just friendly fired the crap out of my own Spellsinger somehow. Way Watchers, please. I think the next big battle I have to fight, though, because I might have to just auto-resolve the next ones, because they'll be simple, is the actual defense of the Oak itself. Which is a quest battle I've not played in a long-ass time.
The Oak of Ages stands strong in the face of adversity. You have the strength to stop Mogr. Let the horn of Kurnus blast one last time in triumph, and rid the world of these foul creatures forever.
I cackle every time I see this battle map, because the forest in my backyard is denser than this one. This is the Nexus of the Oak, the heart of the Asrai Empire. And yet, in the middle of Athelloren, it's an open plain. Why? I know why. They didn't do the projectile changes where Wood Elves could fire completely through trees for the entire duration of their shot. Which makes sense, because there could have been some balance problems with that for sure, but it is still kind of funny to me. I think Orion and the Dragon can put some pressure on these douches early. Maybe Aerial can cast a Soul Stealer on the Cygor and catch some stuff around it as well. But I think maybe a Soporific... Yeah, they don't have... Yeah, they have a few Ungor Raiders, but that's it. The Force Dragon just go in, do a breath attack, and maybe kill that Cygor outright. Take a 1v1, give him some berry wine if needed. You can't shoot Aerial with your crappy little bows, Ungor. It's not going to work. I know some people were saying they don't like Aerial's model. I think she looks awesome and sounds awesome and plays awesome. I am quite a fan of her implementation. Cast a nice little Soul Stealer on this douche. I think this, it's Gruck Deathmaker. Taking more damage with the Forest Dragon than I would like. Maybe cast a Regrowth his way. Little out of range of the Berry Wine. I don't think Ariel can push through that. She has mass, but seems to get knocked over all the time, and if she gets stuck in infantry, she's not going anywhere. Sweet Berry Wine. Boo, boo, boo. Lovin' never tasted so good. So good. So good. Great Stags swarming on this crappy little horde to start. Get rid of that Cygor. Ooh, that's gonna hurt a little bit. One thing I don't know is how well charge bonuses work on single entities. So let's see what the Great Stags do with the charge. Okay. I saw the HP bar jump on that Cygor. I mean, now I can't really tell because Forest Dragon stuff's in there too, but... Wait, what? Why is my Wild Rider hurt? I think the Cygor hit it. I don't know why he was going for the Wild Rider in the back of the map. That's a little bit weird. Okay, so ambush coming out now. Second wave is coming. I think that's Kazrak, One Eye, coming from the top of the mountainside. So we're gonna kill off this no-name Beast Lord to start. God, they need Gorgons so bad. That would make this particular quest battle much more hype. Just see a wave of like 10 of those things come screaming down, moving at like 65, 70 speed. Just freaking me the hell out. But, I mean, when you've got 7 Way Watchers, your single entity killing potential is pretty solid. So overall, I'm very happy with how the Great Stags are performing in campaign as well. On Legendary, probably not gonna be the most viable strat. Certainly plenty of more powerful alternatives. But is there anything that's more fun? That is the question. 150 charge bonus, 100 speed, and all that micro. That's how we do it on Milk and Cookies Total War. Yeah, that micro, like I was saying, really great job of defending my back line there. Amazing. No, they'll be fine. Nice thing about Way Watchers, they actually have okay melee stats, especially when they're not tired. Maybe get a heal going the way of the Spellsinger. Yeah, Apotheosis to heal her up a bit. Stags are feasting in the back of the map. Biggest threat at the moment are the Minotaurs, but it really only takes 2 or 3 volleys and they're out of the picture. That's really not a unit you want to be bringing against the Wood Elves, especially when they have this much firepower. Even when they have shields, they still have low armor. And Way Watchers don't care about armor anyway. Okay, Malagor's Rayherd is approaching from the left flank. I'm glad we moved the Great Stags out of that forest. That could have gotten a little bit unpleasant. Let's rejig our formation, get a little bit more heals going their way. Something wicked this way comes. Malagor the Crowfather. I don't know what he has. Essentially, the game plan here is send Orion and Ariel up in the front to tank, get heals going their way. Winds of Magic Pool is still massive. Look at that. It's barely moved. The recharge rate might end up being a little bit of an issue as we start moving into the middle and late stages, but we've already cast some regrowths, a Soul Stealer. And not slowing down. See how fast they melt. I've heard there's a bug going around with Great Stag Knights that their impact damage isn't fully being calculated, or it's not counting at all. I don't know if that's the case on the Asrai Resurgent Beta. If anyone knows, please let me know in the comment section below. That'd be really beneficial, because we might not even be getting their full killing power yet. Like right there wasn't much impact damage against that Cav unit, which is weird. Because they have a lot of mass and a lot of speed, which is exactly how impact damage makes its presence felt. And if it isn't already clear to you guys, Way Watchers are as much an important part of this build as the Great Stags themselves. I mean, without this range firepower, you really don't want to be rocking full 18 or 19 stacks of just heavy cav. Even on lower difficulties. Because they're still fragile. You need something to bind it all together and deal with those single entities like Gorbles, like the one I just melted with a Soul Stealer, and with Focus Fire from those Way Watchers. The Giant can be next. Maybe hang back and kill that Giant before we charge it on that side. I am light. She's in her Avatar of the War God aspect. More heals. Horn of the Wild Hunt active. Let's go in. Yeah. Let's get that charge bonus in while we can. 156. I honestly kind of wish this was all coming at me at once. I get why Creative Assembly doesn't want the final battle of the campaign to be like incredibly difficult, but this would actually be pretty hype if it was all coming at you at the same time. With that said, it also kind of forces the battle to go on longer and feel more like a threat for a longer period when they're coming in one by one. But when they're all isolated like this, they can't work together. There's no critical mass the Beastmen can form, and you just kind of break them apart piecemeal. I mean, this is exactly the kind of way you would not ever want to attack the Wood Elves in a real-world scenario. Piecemeal like this. You need to swarm them with overwhelming numbers and speed and shut down their archers. And if you can't do that, you're gonna die. Obviously, with 100 speed Great Stags, we can kind of force the pace of engagement too. I think we're gonna go straight in. Let's just go right. Ooh, that was a dirty bit of shades. That was a nasty line by you, sir. Yeah, I'll need to send some heals their way. Oh, it's actually a really good spellcast from the AI. Maybe Forest Dragon should go kill him, if I can. There's some Chaos One over on that side, so I don't really want to land in the middle of that with Morgar and everything there. I guess we could just focus fire it. That works. Not a whole lot can survive that. Great Stags are still in pretty healthy shape at this point. And I think this is the last Beastmen stack coming my way, too. One more charge here. Get a full surround off on Morgar the Dark Omen. Morgar the Dark Omen. What the F? Morgar the Corruptor. Close. Almost had it. Acorn of the Ages in the back. Yeah, Orion and Ariel and the Forest Dragon gonna go beat up on this pestilential freak who has caused us so much anguish, so much pain, so much woe. Another Pit of Shades? Really? Ow. Stop it. Okay. Morgar, you're done. You're done. It's over. I think that's a campaign. I think that's a wrap, boys. And in terms of an overall test for the efficacy of Great Stags, I think they win with flying colors. If for no other reason than they're just really, really fun to kill stuff with. Get them that veterancy, last part of the red skill tree on Orion's skill tree. Get them gold chevrons. Get them charge bonus. Get them upkeep reduction. Get them 156 charge with the Horn of the Wild Hunt. And you've got elite cavalry that can run over stuff, man. 73 losses there. Not too bad. Not too shabby at all. And a hell of a lot more fun than full Tree Man stacks IMO. Not the best for sieging, and not the best for legendary, but very rewarding and fun playstyle. Some quintessential Asrai goodness, man. I'm loving it. Try it out if you haven't already. Try out Orion if you haven't on the Asrai Resurgent update. I had quite a blast with this campaign. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you next time. Peace out.